Boris Johnson has been urged to show some leadership by tearing up the withdrawal agreement he signed last year by a Brexiteer who fears any trade deal the Prime Minister agrees with Brussels will compromise his pledge to get Brexit done. John Tennant, a former Brexit Party MEP for North East England, said there can be no diversion of key sovereignty issues, and said he would be willing to enter the fray politically if there is any perception that the government has caved into Brussels. Mr. Tennant has told the story of the Brexit Party, whom he credits with preventing a second referendum, in his book Rebooting Brexit, published last week. Like fellow Brexit Party MEP Anne Widdecombe and Mr. Farage himself, Mr. Tennant believes the only option is to dump the deal which Mr. Johnson signed last November. Given the compromises which Mr. Johnson would need to make to get a trade deal over the line, he said, I wouldn't be happy because it is not Brexit. We've only got Brexit legally, it isn't Brexit in the sense that we have got back control of the governance of our country. That's the next battle. The first thing Boris Johnson needs to do is rip up the withdrawal agreement. That's a signal of intent to the other side, Barnier and so on. With reference to the Prime Minister himself, Mr. Tennant said, Boris Johnson, having won an election on the basis of get Brexit done, has failed to get Brexit done. Nigel and the Brexit Party did extract from Boris a promise that he would not extend the transition if there was no deal coming. Boris has set himself so many different deadlines. He even had a do or die pledge. What we are seeing from Boris is this consistent missing of deadlines, and what he needs to do now is show some leadership and say, actually, this is the deadline and we are not going to deviate from it. Boris was elected on a pledge to get Brexit done, and I will be interested to see what he does do. I've been involved in fighting for Britain's independence for a long time and I am not going to stop now. Mr. Tennant's book sold out within 36 hours, and he has now secured a second print run. He added, my intention in writing the book was to tell the story of how the Brexit Party managed to keep Brexit itself alive. I know we are not quite over the finish line yet, but what we did achieve was to kill the attempts at a second referendum and all the other arguments to try to reverse Brexit. That's what the Brexit Party achieved. Nevertheless, he admitted to concerns about the direction of travel. He explained, in terms of transition, on the 31st of January this year the UK was no longer a member of the European Union. Between now and the 31st of December we are working out what the future relationship will be, and we are still trying to work that out. We have to make sure that the four main points are adhered to. The European Court of Justice, the single market, getting back control of our borders and our waters are the four main elements which are important to us.